Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Dependent Fanatic channel. Fan is short for fanatic, and as you can see, looking around the room, I am kind of a fanatic. Got a ref with a flag on the ceiling saying the touchdown is good. You never know what's going to happen, but I do know one thing. It's cold. We're going to put that wood stove in that's in the corner there. That's going to heat this because our heater is on the fritz, our wall propane heater. Plus, propane is expensive, and we got wood laying around here. I don't know why we didn't do this years ago, but hence I have a Koton, as I normally do here in this garage. You see the setting. If you've been here before, you should be familiar with it. Like I said, Dependent Fanatic, hello, welcome if you are new. And if you are old or have been here before, thank you for coming back. And just remember to like that video every time. It helps grow the channel. But we're talking a cold sport here, so it's fitting. We're talking college hockey. 4 teams remain here in 2024 in the Frozen Four. First of all, the Big Ten got 4 of 7 teams into the NCAA tournament, and 1 of those still remain, and that is yours truly, the Michigan Wolverines. The NCHA got 4 of 8 teams in, and 1 still remains. So, right there. And then the HE got 4 of 11 teams in, but 2 still remain, and that is Boston College, who Michigan will be playing in the first matchup, and Boston University. The conference that didn't get a Frozen Four appearance are the ECAC, that got 2 teams into the tournament, and the AH and CCHA both got 1 team into this Frozen Four tournament. There were 16 teams invited. Final 4 results of these 4 teams here. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of all the teams because Michigan could beat Boston College. It's going to be a tall order, and I will give you my prediction here at the end of the video for the game. But who are they going to play? Well, let's start with Michigan. 9 titles and 3 runners-up in history, in national titles. 75% after winning the first game in this Frozen Four. But Michigan has been to 28 Frozen Fours now and only won 12 of the previous 27 first round games. So the first game in this Frozen Four is very important for Michigan. We have to get by Boston College, and then we're 75% in winning the national title. Boston College is Michigan's opponent and the number 1 overall seed this season, and there's a reason why. We'll get into that too. They have 5 titles and 6 runner-ups, so that's a little less than 50%. Not good after winning the first game. Boston College has been to 26 Frozen Fours now, so they've won 11 of their previous 25 after getting to the Frozen Four. That's not the best either, but, they're always there. Denver rivals Michigan now with 9 titles. They won, 2 years ago or last season? Quinnipiac won last season. I think Denver won 2 years ago. They have 9 titles and 3 runners-up, just like Michigan, 75% after winning the first game. But Denver has made 19 Frozen Fours now, so they are 12 of their previous 18 in the first game of the Frozen Four. That's better numbers than anyone listed so far. Boston University is the 4th team here in the Frozen Four. They have won 5 national titles, 6 runners-up, just like Boston College, a little less than 50%. Same as Boston College, except but Boston College has had 1 more Frozen Four appearance. So they are basically identical records record-wise in the Frozen Four between these two Boston schools. Boston University's last national championship was 2009. Denver's was 2022. Had it right here. And Boston College's was 2012. And Michigan way back in 1998. In fact, the last time Michigan football won the national championship, hockey did, and then they won it again. And if this team comes back, they could two-peat here. Michigan is 23. All right, let's get into the preview here of Boston College and Michigan. 23, 14, and 3. But a lot of split series. The Big Ten is the hardest conference, right? Even though there's only 7 teams, I think 4 of them got in, so more than half, and a lot of splits early on. And Michigan, of course, with all these other top 4 teams, had a lot of USA players. People had to play for Team USA instead of Michigan during the season, so we were missing out on that. Everyone got back in the last few games. We've had 1 loss, and we've avenged it. The Big Ten title, we lost to Michigan State and avenged that game versus them last Sunday in the Elite 8 of this tournament. So, not a stellar record, but Michigan is improving. And Boston College, man, 33-5-1. So here we go. Preview and prediction. Michigan, goals per game, they're getting 4.22. That's third in the nation. Michigan's power play is 34.5% currently. First in the nation. Down, has gone down after that 1 of 7 performance versus Michigan State in that Elite 8 game, but Michigan still won, which is remarkable. Michigan is giving up 3 goals per game, but have improved lately. Like I said, 2-1 versus Minnesota in the Big Ten semifinal, and then 5-2 versus Michigan State. I think we gave up 3 versus the first round opponent. I can't even remember who that was. Hey, we cover everything here. It's gone. It's in the past. Boston College, on the other hand, is second in the nation, getting 4.59 goals per game. Boston College's power play is second in the nation to Michigan, 29.9%. BC is allowing 2.23 goals per game, which is 4th in the nation, way better than Michigan. And that is where Michigan is vulnerable on the defensive end. But like I said, they're getting better. BC is the number 1 penalty kill in the nation at 89.3%, which helps them drastically because, like I said, Michigan is almost 35% on their power play. They've allowed 15 goals on 140 power play tries. It's going to be very, very difficult for Michigan to win this game. This is another area where Boston College looks better, and that is goalkeepers. For Michigan, it's Jake Barczewski with a .909 save percentage now on 999 saves. For BC, it's Jacob Fowler with a .924. So almost 0.015 better than Barczewski. And save percentage on lesser saves, though, 982. Who plays in the best conference? It feels like right now, Michigan doesn't have the kinds of numbers that Boston College has, but I have to believe they play in the better conference. It's the only way we're going to win. It's the only way we're going to win because BC is top heavy. But Michigan is just as deep and more experienced than Boston College going into this game. Let's talk players. We'll start with BC because they're unbelievable. They have 4 of the top 5 point getters in the nation on one team. Yeah. Sophomore Cutter Gauthier has 37 goals and 27 assists. And that's a 1.64 point per game. And if that's fourth in the nation, brought him up first because he's the goal getter for them. 37 goals. But freshman Will Smith is number one in the nation in points per game at 1.77 with 46 assists and 23 goals. Freshman Gabe Perrault is third in the nation with in points per game with 1.68, 39 assists and 18 goals. And then another freshman, Ryan Leonard, is fifth in the nation in points per game at 1.08 with 13 goals and 29 assists. And then they have a senior, of course, Eamon Powell is 38th in the nation in points per game at 1 per game. He's got 5 goals, but he has 33 assists. And, you know, they play great defense. They allow their defenders to go scored, kind of like Michigan. But on a lesser level here, Michigan sophomore Rutger McGroarty has 16 goals and 36 assists. That's a 1.49 point per game, 7th in the nation. That's the best we got. But Gavin Brindley is right there, number 9 in points per game, 1.39, and 25 goals and 28 assists, Junior Dylan Duke, see, experience already, is 17th in the nation in points per game, 1.22, with 26 goals and 23 assists. And then sophomore TJ Hughes is 21st in the nation in points per game, 1.20, with 19 goals and 19 assists. So we have both these teams kind of play as a team, and they feed their best player. For Boston College, it's Cutter. And for Michigan, there's no one guy. It's the team, yeah. So TJ Hughes is 21st in the nation in points per game, 1.20, with 19 goals and 29 assists. Seamus Casey, hopefully he is healthy enough to play in this game. He did not play in the last game versus Michigan State, but he's number 26 in the nation, 1.15 goals per game, or points per game, 7 goals, 39 assists. And then sophomore Frank Nazar III, who had that unbelievable between the legs pass to himself and then over to Gavin Brindley for a goal, is 36th in the nation in points per game, 1.02, with 17 goals and 24 assists. So, as you know, Red Berenson built Michigan's program back up as head coach after being a great player here. He left, and it was Mel Pearson until he was fired with cause. But he got us to Frozen Fours. And then enter Brandon Naurato, who took over, a former player as well at the University of Michigan, and took Michigan to the Frozen Four in his interim role. Then he was hired. After that, Michigan making 3 straight Frozen Fours under Brandon Naurato in his first full season as a head coach. Brandon Naurato is 67% at Michigan so far, which is second all-time to Vic Heiliger as head coach, which was 78%. And when Michigan won in the 50s and 40s, 6 national titles, with Berenson as a player. So we're going in the right trajectory here as a Michigan program. This is going to be a tough game. I think if we win this game, like the stats say, we will win the national championship. And I think this game is going to go to overtime. Michigan's getting better every week, like I said. And even without Seamus Casey, was able to drub our rival who had already beat us in the Big Ten tournament. championship game, getting revenge there, and now Boston College, the number one seed. I think this is a lot like the football program where we are the more experienced team and we will take them to overtime however we get there. And I feel like Michigan is not going to have too many penalties. Boston College, I don't think they don't. I mean, well, they give up a few penalties, but this is going to be a true game that goes to overtime, and I think Michigan gets the overtime goal before Boston College does, unlike Boston College last week where they had to get the overtime goal to advance to play Michigan here in this game. There's my prediction. Michigan advances to the national championship game. What do you guys think? Does Michigan lack firepower? Does Boston College lack experience? It's going to be a great game, and it doesn't happen until a week from tonight, Thursday night, April 11th at 8:30 p.m. So we have a lot of time to think on it. Comment down below, like the video, share with other people so they can see and give me their assessment as well. So have a great day, everybody out there. Michigan basketball had a nice hire. The former Oklahoma State head coach, Boynton, who got Cade Cunningham to come to him. I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. It's been a long week, but here we go. It's over tomorrow, and then I got a pool tournament Saturday. I can't wait. With my nephew, we took first place a couple years ago. Last year, not so good, but hopefully we can rebound and do a little better. So, big weekend coming up as well. Hey, Independent Fanatic, always trying to give you some content that you can enjoy. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments as well. Thank you, everybody, and go Blue.